Welcome back. My husband, 36M, and I, 36F, have been together for 16 years and married for 14. We have 2 daughters who are 13 and 12. About 3 months ago, I cheated on him with my coworker once and immediately regretted it. To be honest, I still haven't figured out the real reason why I cheated. On the surface level, the reason would be that my husband was too caught up with work for a couple of months and I felt neglected and unappreciated at times. I know that it isn't the real reason, so I'm trying to figure out what is. Through individual counseling. I only cheated on him that one time and immediately told him the next day because I couldn't bottle up my guilt and shame. He was shocked at first, but then went on to call me the most horrid names. I deserved it. I deserved a lot more than that. I don't even know how it got to the point of me sleeping with my coworker. It started with innocent flirting, and before I knew it, I made the worst mistake of my life by sleeping with him. I wish I'd gotten hit by a car that day before sleeping with him. I cut off all contact with my coworker and gave up my phone to my husband. I wanted to reassure him that I was willing to make this work on his terms, whatever they were, as long as he would give me another chance. Even though in my heart, I knew that I wanted another chance to prove myself, I told him that I would understand if he went through with a divorce. Anyways, I told my husband that I wanted to do anything to regain his trust and expressed my sorrow and regret for having to hurt him so much. My husband has always been the type of guy to give a person only one chance. Even in his friendships, if the trust had been broken, he wouldn't give another person another chance. He said that he wanted a divorce, but then the whole quarantine thing happened and he stayed in the house for about 2 months and didn't proceed with a divorce. For the first month, he treated me very coldly. And the only time we talked was when it had to do with our daughters. I slept on the couch and tried to give him as much space as he needed, and only reminded him from time to time that if he ever wanted to work things out, I'd be more willing to, and would be completely devoted to the process of him working things out. He even said some spiteful things during that month and distanced himself from me completely. During the second month, there was a change, and he began talking to me again. We talked about daily stuff and even watched movies together, with the girls as a family. I felt like he wanted to try reconciling, and I was so happy. I was thrilled that there might be a chance to save my family, to save us. Eventually, through the next couple of days, I could sense us becoming friends all over again. He even invited me to sleep on the bed again. It was really working out, and I reminded him that he could talk about anything he wanted with me. A couple of weeks passed by, and we were getting along even better. We were spending time as a family again, and had gotten closer with each other as well. I felt really good about the way things were going, but I wish I suggested marriage counseling. I just didn't want to pressure him and have him think that I wanted to sweep the situation under the rug or that I was trying to influence him to not divorce me. One night, when we were drinking a bit, just talking in our bedroom, and I felt the genuine connection rebuilding. It felt like we were falling for each other all over again, and it made me so happy. This is the part I regret now. I decided to make a move on him and straddle him while we were laughing at a joke. We looked at each other in our eyes, and so naturally I began making out with him. It honestly felt like we were 20 all over again. He kissed me back as well, but after a while, he just started crying. He told me to stop and said that he couldn't. I felt so awful because I felt like he wanted to, but didn't at the same time. It broke my heart to directly see how badly my stupid decision had hurt him. The reason I say I regret doing this is because I feel like this moment pushed him away forever. 2 days later, he informed me that he wanted to go through with a divorce. He said that he just doesn't think he can make it work, even after trying for the last 2 months. I wanted to fight with him about it, but I just told him that I understood. We had already decided before that if our divorce was to happen, it would be on fair terms. Sure, we'd both have our lawyers, but we agreed on a lot of stuff together. He wanted to take a 2-week trip, but would come back to pick up the girls after his trip. We both maturely agreed that we'd split the time with the girls after his trip. They would spend half of the week with him and other half with me. I even helped him pack up his stuff, and when we finished, I just bawled my eyes out and we hugged it out. After his 2-week trip, he came back and it felt good seeing him again, but I knew it wasn't the same. He just smiled, and we made small talk before he took the girls. We're both really good parents and want the best for our kids. Today, I got served divorce papers. It hurt so much to know that I lost my best friend because I was stupid. Sometimes I roll over to his side of the bed in the morning and I hate how I don't feel his body there anymore. I miss his smell, his smile, his voice. I miss him filling up the entire room with his loud, adorable laugh. I miss him so much. The thing that hurts me the most in all of this is how badly I hurt the person I love the most. I wish I could go back in time and undo what I did, but I can't. So now here I am, writing about it on Reddit, while crying, when there's nothing that I can do about it. I genuinely feel in my heart about how sorry I am and about how I would be the most devoted wife ever if he just gave me another chance. To let him know just how much I love him, that I'd literally do anything for him. I screwed up the most perfect thing that ever happened to me. I wish I could get him back, but I know that I lost him forever. I offer my condolences, OP, and hope for the best for you. Your husband appears to be a resilient individual who provided you with a sense of security and happiness. Undoubtedly, he brought immense joy to your life and contributed to creating a remarkable family. He diligently worked to support his loved ones, and it is unfortunate that you caused him pain. It is truly regrettable, and I sincerely wish you the best. Men, like your husband, are rare to come by, and it seems like you both grew and adapted together, which is often more feasible during one's youth. I apologize once again. Comments? Give you another chance. Why should he believe a word you say? You already said those things in front of your friends and family, and you hopped on another man's junk because your husband was working to put food on a table, and you wanted attention? I don't think that there is something fundamentally wrong with you because you did this. What I will say is you have to work on your communication and decision-making skills. Feeling neglected can and has put many people in a weird headspace where they think about going to what seems like greener pastures, and if they're not good communicators and can't express that feeling to their significant other, they become so desperate for feeling wanted that they end up making a very life-altering mistake. My wife cheated on me with her female friend a couple years ago. I was out of the country on a work trip at the time. It was the worst feeling ever because I couldn't come home. We're still together, but I'm still struggling with forgiveness. She also ruined lesbian sex for me. I'm not sure it'll work out in the end, but every day it gets a tiny bit better. Story 2. I'm the girlfriend, 21 years old. I've been in a long-distance relationship for 2 years, never had problems, everything has been great. He's an incredible person and we plan on having a future together and moving in with each other after we finish college. We're great when we're together, and naturally I love him so very much. But I met a guy who I really liked and have crazy chemistry with. I thought it was just a little crush that would go away and we could just become friends. It didn't turn out so simple. After a night of drinking, we ended up sleeping together. I haven't said anything to anyone, and I'm not sure if I should. I don't intend to do anything like that again. I feel so guilty. But at the same time, I can't get over how much I really like this new guy. I want to be with my LDB. I love him so much and feel terrible. I'm afraid if he ever finds out, we'll be ruined. Should I tell him, or just let it be? My other issue is that I've wanted a more open relationship for a while, something that he is strongly against, since we only see each other for a few days or on some holidays. I still intend to be with him if we were open. I'd just like to enjoy my college years a little more. Comments. You made the mistake once, and you'll probably make it again. This long distance thing isn't going to work, especially not for 2 more years. Either way, you should end the relationship. I'm not so sure I'd even tell your boyfriend you cheated. I wonder what would hurt him more, telling him that or telling him that you don't want to do the long-term thing. Whatever you do, don't drag him along because it's clear you don't have the willpower to make it work. Cheating? Bad. Lying to your boyfriend about it? Double bad. He didn't want an open relationship. You have to tell him what you did, or you have no business going forward while he thinks you have a future together. You owe him the opportunity to decide if he wants to stay together or not.